Yeah. I'm still pumping to this music because I don't even know if I want to turn it down, but I gotta, so you can hear what the hell I'm talking about today. Happy Funky Friday on the Morning Night Live, where we talk about stuff that everyone else is talking about, but sometimes we talk about it first. And the meltdown continues. Goodness gracious. These people are just messed up over this. And it's funny. And that's why I need to talk about it more. Because this stuff is just getting crazy. I'm going to turn down the lights a little bit because that mess is too bright, making me look like a white boy. Anyway, yes, I said it. I can say whatever the hell I want. It's my channel. Good morning. We're going to get into it shortly. But of course, it is my obligation to play the intro. Johnny.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dawg Knight.
Yes, Queen. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P. Dawg Knight on the internet. And welcome back to the P. Dawg Knight Channel on this lovely Friday, the 15th of April, 2022, where you get another 3 days to finish your taxes and put them in the mail. If you haven't done so already, like myself, I got a big old tax bill this year, so I gotta. Well, not a big one. It's just I have some unexpected income that I didn't realize that. Well, it's not even unexpected. I knew the income. I just didn't know that they weren't. They weren't taking money out of my check for some certain things. So now I'm gonna have to. I got a big old bill. Anyway, happy tax day, and even though it's technically Monday the 18th when you have to have everything in by, and I am just. I've been laughing. Since early yesterday morning when this whole Elon Musk buying Twitter thing has come out. My God, these people are losing their minds. And I'm going to show you some of the funniest stuff today. I do have some news, but we're going to spend, if you don't like laughing at people about Twitter, then this may not be the show for you, but it's funny. Well, in some ways it's sad too. I got to be honest. But anyway, I've got the slut cup going, and it's filled with some of that delicious brown Jesus juice known as coffee. Anyway, or reparations coffee, of course. So anyway, it's just, these people are killing me. I'm just laughing at them. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. But I do want to, the reason that we have a superstar sponsor of the day already up there, that would be GunFox61. And GunFox61, you are the new Streamlabs superstar sponsor of the day. It's because at the end of yesterday's show, when there were no tips yet. There were no, donation, which is fine. You don't have to donate. This is a free show. It's a free country. It's fine. I'm gonna do this anyway. But during the outro, Gunfox dropped a Lincoln in the tip jar. And I'm like, well, I'm going to acknowledge you, and you can start out as the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. And he said, Marty, I know your state just loves Canada, but I think it's time to annex Canada. I mean, we have California, New York, and Michigan. What's another area? Well, now Canada is a vast area, and it would be what would happen, I think, which we're not, look, Canadians, don't worry, we're not annexing Canada, but some people might be happy if we annex Canada on that side of the border, just because our Constitution has a little bit more stringent policy on freedom of speech, sort of. Not always, but I just got to say because okay, so let me give you an example. So you know that guy who was organizing that the trucker protest, right? That guy, I can't even remember his name, but one of the guys, they arrested him for organizing a protest. They arrested him for organizing a protest, and he's still in jail, and they haven't really even decided what they're going to charge him with, but they just got him in jail. Now that shit don't happen here necessarily. Now look, the January 6 people, a lot of them are in jail. That sucks too, because they're violating the Constitution with a lot of those people. But the point being is that guy's in jail because he organized the protest.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And also, they have those they're a little more stringent on things like hate speech. Like they're pushing the line on what they can say you're in trouble for. But anyway, and also Gunfox, if you happen to catch this, I don't know what you mean by our state, my state, that would be Minnesota, loves Canada. Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the northern part of Minnesota basically is Canada light. I mean, in the way people talk, the way people survive the winter months and things like that. So I don't know. Maybe that's accurate. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Gunfox, for sponsoring the show. Greatly appreciated. And that's, yes, thank you. Thank you for doing that. And if you want to sponsor the show at pdognight.live, right there, you can open a window, watch the show, chat in the chat, and still drop a couple nickels in the mason jar, that and so on and so forth. But anyway, and super chats, whatever you want to do. But anyway, so let's say good morning to everybody, and then I want to just start laughing at people. I'm going to try to be a little more interactive with the chat today, and if you I'm not the greatest at doing that, but I'm trying to get better at that. But anyway, first in the chat today, though, and the only person who gets the bell for being first would be Zombie Teddy, who gets the bell for being in the chat first today. Well done, sir. It's Mr. Lickety Split. Also, good morning to Somnambule Nation. Thank you for tweeting out the show. I should probably check. Oh, I didn't even tweet out the show. That's dumb. There we go. Now I've tweeted out the show, too. I feel like it. Anyway, also good morning, Mike Savage, Blarg. Also, good morning, JMK. Good morning, Attack Alpaca. Maddie's in the house. Good morning, Selecta Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Also, good morning to Septus Wolf, Ty Alexander, DI Freighter Watcher. Good morning. Also, good morning to, who else is here? Jeffrey Russell Jr. is back. Good morning, Chicago Mike, with now another Avi. It looks like a Chicago skyline to me. I can't tell quite. It's so small, I can't tell. But it is. It looks. Is that? What is that, Mike? You can tell me later. Also, good morning to. Is that everybody? Oh, did I already scroll all the way down? Nobody. Neon Leon's in the house. Nice to see you. And GDSOB. So good morning. 23 in the building. 8 likes. Hit the like button sometime during the show. If you like what we do, share the stream right now. I can't say before because it is the stream, but you can just, if you share before, during, and after. I just realized I looked at my my subscriber count and went up 28 over the last 28 or 28, 18, 20, 22 over the last 28 days. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. And I have seen some new faces in here that are kind of regular. So keep sharing the stream. It's Project 10,000 or Project 10,000, where I'm trying to get myself at least up to 10,000 subscribers. You guys can certainly help with that by sharing the stream. And it doesn't have to be during the stream or before the stream. If you see this, if you watch the stream, recommend it to people. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a scoreboard. I can't even see that. Okay, I got you there, Mike. Anyway, good morning. Legit Low Talker. And Will Sinner are in the house, too. So nice to have you here. Anyway, and here, I'll just wait till that music plays. Music's going to play in just a couple seconds because the first sponsor of the day, except for Gunbox, there it is. With the dancing boomer jamming to that music. Thank you, Chicago Mike, who has informed me that the Avi is the Wrigley Field scoreboard. So thank you so much for sponsoring the show, and you are a great American. So there you go. All right. Oh, I should probably do this. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Yeah, it's about time, people. Figure it out. Okay, so let's get into it because I'm a little late starting. So let's get into it because I got some news to go through, and oh my gosh, some of these gotta be. Oh my God, some of these people have got to be just. I'm just constantly collecting new tweets on this Elon Musk thing. But I got to talk about what's going on in the news. I cannot allow myself to be distracted again. Let's get into it. All right. Oh my goodness, these people are amazing. Boy, lots of people are talking about Elon Musk. So anyway, let's first of all, I do want to acknowledge one thing that is happening in the world that is very special. It is Jackie Robinson Day. It's Jackie Robinson Day. And so number 42, Major League Baseball is celebrating the 75 years ago today. Jackie Robinson became the first African-American to play Major League Baseball. Today we honor his legacy. Hashtag Jackie Robinson Day, number 42. Someone here, this is an MLB fan, says today is a great day for the game of baseball. Jackie Robinson Day means so much. The man took a lot to make it better for everyone that came after him. A symbol of strength, courage, and talent. True example for everyone. This is an honor well deserved from life lived. And it's funny because if you know a little bit about it, he came over from the Negro Leagues. I would say the Negro Leagues were Major League Baseball, and also, even though it was a separate league, some of the legends of the Negro Leagues are now showing up at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and there were better players than Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was a great player they brought over, but there were better players. But there was a little bit of planning and politics and everything around to have Jackie Robinson be the first. Just I think some due to his personality and things like that, and then and the way he performed was amazing and made it easier for other players behind him. So we celebrate Jackie Robinson Day in Major League Baseball, and I think it made sports better when you let everyone who's eligible to play, unless we're talking about. Okay, am I going to go there? Yeah, women's swimming and women's sports. I think women's sports need to be relegated to people who are physiologically women. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on. As far as Ukraine, we talk about Ukraine every day. And here's Ukraine according to Twitter. Again, we are using the large block of salt with everything that comes out of the two camps in this particular conflict. But today, there have been explosions reported in Kyiv after Russian warship sinks in the Black Sea. Kyiv residents have reported hearing explosions on Friday following the announcement that the Russian Moskva Moskva warship had sunk in the Black Sea. Reuters and the BBC report Ukrainian military officials claim it targeted the ship with a missile strike it launched, according to the AP and AFP. The Russian Defense Ministry said that cruise missiles have hit a plant making anti-aircraft and anti-ship missiles in a Kyiv suburb of Zhytomyr on Friday, and that the new strikes against the Ukrainian capital will follow. So that's, they had kind of backed off of Kyiv and they were focusing on the east, but I don't know if this is part of the plan. So anyway, Ukraine is covered in unexploded bombs in Mykolaiv. Somebody here and I followed around followed a demining crew working amid ongoing shelling in Kyiv. These two people, well, now this thing just flipped, so it changed. Anyway, the one I was reading moved. Oh, there you go. They also met with a man who lost his brother after they drove over a mine. U.S. officials tell CNN that Russia has formally protested the U.S. ongoing shipment of weapons to Ukraine, sending a diplomatic note to the State Department warning of unpredictable consequences should it continue. So they're threatening us now because of our ongoing shipments. Also, let's see, a new Levada poll shows that Russians' view of the U.S. dramatically deteriorated last month. At the same time as state TV pumped out propaganda about Western warmongering and weapons supplies to Ukraine. 72% now view the U.S. badly. It was 31% in February. Interesting. Well, the propaganda machine in Russia is doing its job, and the propaganda machine in Ukraine is doing its job, and everyone's at everyone's throats, and the Russians keep fucking with Ukraine. I've heard that Jackie was a hoopy fruit and really knew where his towel. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Let's see. Back when you could go pay the IRS in cash at the federal offices in your town, story was a guy wrapped a fish with his money so the office smelled like fish all day. That's funny. Anyway, all right. So if you want to get caught up on the major news media's versions of what's happening over there, they'll be on this link in the tab. It'll be the one that starts with the explosions reported in Kyiv. Everything I go through, every show, ends up in a single link in the description down below in the second paragraph called a one-tab link. You click the link and it'll have every hyperlink to everything that we've done today. So also regarding that ship, apparently, oops, wrong one. Where is it? Where's the one there? Where is it? Oh, did I close it? Anyway, there were some pictures on the internet. Apparently, it's gone here. I thought I had it listed there, unless that's it. Nope. There was a picture on the internet of a ship that apparently was a fake version of a ship that actually caught on fire in the Black Sea. In 2019, they were using that as pictures of that ship that sunk. Apparently, before the Russians, and I think what they're saying is that the Russians were using that ship as opposed to the actual ship that got hit by missiles. And because originally they said that their ship had caught fire from reasons unknown. So again, it's a propaganda war as much as it is as much as it is a regular war. But it's not good. It's not good in any case. Not good in any case. So anyway. Let's see what else here. Oh, so yesterday you might have seen a video of Joe Biden looking, lost and out of touch. And the only reason I wanted to look at this video is I hadn't seen it up close at all. And so I wanted to show you because so they're saying that Biden was looking to shake hands with a ghost, and it kind of looks like that if you watch the video, but I have a thought about it, and I want to show you the video first. So this video came up. I've seen a lot of people refer to it. I've seen a lot of people post it on the internet. So I'm going to let you decide. Here's the video, and see what the hell Joe Biden's doing here.
of America. God bless you all.
Now, okay, so if you only watch Biden, some people say he looks a little confused here. It looks like he's trying to shake hands with somebody that isn't there. I'm thinking this may be incorrect, and I'm just saying, someone should award the bird that shat on Biden the Congressional Medal of Honor. Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I think as you watch this video, I'm going to show you it again.
God bless you all.
I don't think he's looking to shake hands with people. I think he's actually pointing at someone off stage, because he does this gesture quite a bit. I mean, it does look like he went to shake hands with some invisible person. Okay, but then there's another video version of this video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because the wider shot, he's actually pointing to somebody. Well, actually, let me go back to where we stopped here. Take a look at this again, because I think he does it again, doesn't he? He stops again. Nope, wait, he didn't. Oh, no, wait. I think he's actually gesturing to someone off stage, saying, doing one of these. Hey, how you doing with this? Because he does that flat-handed palm thing quite often. He thought he was shaking Tupac's hand. That could be. Who knows? Come on, man. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Good morning, Infamous One, by the way, and Playing Dr. Zach and Isabella, and Unacceptable Views, another one of my very happy, friendly Canadian peoples that we just love over here. I just think, because he does it again here. You can't see his hand behind the podium, but I think that's just something he does. He doesn't necessarily point at people. He gives them the whole flat hand thing. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, even though he walks around confused quite often. Now someone here says, doctored video, do better. Now, you don't necessarily have to doctor videos of Joe Biden to have him looking confused, but that one, I think I can give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, let's move on. This is an interesting one on Twitter too. That's it was on there, in the what's happening section up in the upper right-hand corner of Twitter. If you spend time on Twitter or social media, they have a little what's happening section up in the upper right. And this one I found interesting, who said, there is no evidence that stupid 19 jabs causes male fertility issues. Fact checkers and medical experts say. Now, I get a little concerned when they decide that they're going to fact check something, because, well, often they're wrong. But what I found interesting about this is, now, a while back, there were people saying that people who get stupid 19 might have male fertility issues. And now the fact check here is that they don't. And the reason they're doing this, well, here it is. There's no evidence of links between stupid 19 and male infertility, according to medical experts and fact checkers. Like, as if fact checkers know jack. But anyway, Dr. Sanjeeva Srivastava, professor at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and the co-author of the recently published study, which examined the effects of stupid 19 on male fertility, said, quote, "We don't claim that our study is related to the vaccine or its effect," end quote. Wait a minute. Is that the only disclaimer? We did not claim that our study is related to the vaccine or its effect, end quote. According to AP, there is some evidence that the stupid 19 infection period may temporarily affect semen production. So the infection does, but the jab, the Fauci juice that helps you simulate the virus in your body so that you can grow antibodies, doesn't. Interesting. So let's see. Claims that the vaccine causes infertility in men are not properly supported by evidence, according to research and experts. They always throw out that experts to make it sound more authoritative, appeal to authority. There's some evidence that stupid 19 infection may temporarily affect semen production. The co-author, okay, that's the same shit that other one said. Anyway, it's fascinating they decided to trot that out. Great. I'm glad they're letting us know. Moving on. Remember yesterday I was talking about CNN Plus? Let's just talk about CNN Plus. I didn't say much about it, but this is 8 things more popular than epic failure CNN Plus. This is by people over at Newsbusters. It was revealed on Tuesday that according to CNBC, CNN Plus has fewer than 10,000 active users on the streaming service a scant 2 weeks since its launch. Add in a report of looming budget cuts and layoffs, and CNN and its executives found a way to make the brand even more pathetic and launch something even more of a failure than the parent cable network. That's a trick. To reiterate the insanity of this entire venture, consider the fact that CNN thought there would be a robust market paying $5.99 a month to watch the likes of Brian Stelter, Chris Wallace, Jamel Hill, and Anderson Cooper when practically nobody watches them on the regular cable news program. Well, with there being more pagans and witches out there than CNN primetime viewers, we saw this coming from miles away. To illustrate how small the population truly is, we put together a list of items that are more popular than CNN Plus. Let's try this. Okay, a Kickstarter campaign for potato salad made more money, over $55,000, than CNN Plus did in their first month of subscription fees at $2.99 a month because they had a half-off sale for life sale because they weren't selling any from active users. A Kickstarter for potato salad. Why would you want to make salad out of Brian Stelter? I don't know. Another one. In the U.S. alone, 10,386 people died by falling out of bed between 1999 and 2014. So more people died in those years than subscribed to CNN Plus. Hello, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
An Instagram account called Daily Otis that posts the same picture of a CGI cow every day and nothing else has 48,200 followers as of this blog's publications, which is nearly 5 times as many followers as CNN Plus. Let's check out the Daily Otis. Here's the Daily Otis on Instagram. Picture the same cow. This account has 48,200 followers. It prints the same picture every day. It has more followers than CNN Plus. Oh, wait, there's a different one. This one's different. Hold on, let's see what this one is. It's a Happy Valentine's Day. So this one... This account has more followers. It's an Instagram account. It has more followers than CNN Plus. It's the same picture every day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I'm tearing up. That's so fucking funny. Oh my gosh. I'm leaving that. That's the Daily Otis is going to be in the tab. If you want to follow the Daily Otis on Instagram, it'll be here. Okay, let's see what else. According to Wikipedia, the tiny island of Tuvalu has more residents, 11,900, than people who actively use CNN. Anyone heard of Tuvalu? A YouTube video of paint drying, and that's it, has more viewers, nearly 1.1 million, than CNN. Wait a minute. A YouTube video of paint drying? Seriously? Oh my gosh, it's a 10-hour video. Is it do they paint it all? Hang on a second. Oh yeah, there it is. Here it is. So they paint this wall. And then they leave the video on for 10 hours. 10 hours of paint drying. 1,095,941 views since December 2018. A video of paint drying. Oh my gosh. During Christmas, the North American Aerospace Defense Command handles over 130,000 phone calls from children on the whereabouts of Santa Claus. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Well, yeah, it does. 130,000 calls? Holy crap. I didn't know you had the number. Over 118 million are estimated to be subscribed to World of Warcraft, a popular video game. And in 2016, the Australia Bureau of Statistics found there are close to 48,000 Jedi in the country. 48,000 Jedi. Happy Easter, Richo. Thank you very much and welcome to the show. Nice to see you, my friend. So there you go. I'm sorry, but the Daily Otis, this has more subscribers or followers than CNN Plus. There you go. Good morning, K-Show. All right, let's move on. I'm leaving those links up there for the Daily Otis and for the 10 hours of paint drying. If you want to watch the 10-hour paint drying video, it'll be in the tab down below with everything else we have. All right, let's move on. So now let's get into the topic of the day because the meltdown continues. This whole thing with Elon Musk has so many of these journalists shook so badly. And the predictions of the end of the world, Chris Wallace is about to be laid off at CNN Plus. Yes,
That's
you're right.
right.
That's right, Black Hebrews are right. He's going to lose another one. Jimmy Das Hotep, what's up? Nice to see you. Might just subscribe as a reminder they are more popular than CNN. Oh, man, that's insane. That's insane. Good morning, Jimmy Das Hotep, by the way. Nice to see you again. So anyway, this meltdown with CNN. Well, let's start with this because this is. You remember Bloomberg the other day put out an article talking about, if you how to survive this recession if you make less than $300,000 a year, which that was some sage advice. Eat some lentils, turn your heat down a little bit, all those little things you can do to save money to survive inflation. Did I say recession? The coming recession and inflation. You got to survive both. And Bloomberg was, telling you how you can do that if you make less than $300,000 a year. Lentils was a big part of it. Well, let's see am I going to be able to watch? Am I able to read this article? Yes, I am. Today they have an article about Elon Musk and Twitter, and we're going to start with that, and then I'm just going to go down the line with some just funny stuff and stuff that's pathetic and everything else about Twitter. But anyway, Bloomberg, what's the date of this article? This morning, 7 a.m. This is Bloomberg's take on Elon Musk's interest in purchasing Twitter. And these people are, I'm just telling you, these people are unhinged. So we're going to go through this and here it is. Elon Musk's free speech Twitter risks scaring off advertisers. Does it now? You know why? Now, think about what happened a few years ago. Well, it's happened a few times on YouTube. Which we called the Adpocalypse and Adpocalypse 2. How did advertisers get scared away from why did YouTube had to change their advertising rules? They're whatever. Because the media was seeing a threat from YouTube, from YouTubers who just did stuff like I do, have a studio in their home. They talk about stuff, and very many of us, not me necessarily, but many of us are much more popular than even any of the cable news networks. And the cable news networks are starting to go, hey, wait a minute, we're losing audience, these people. We're losing subscribers, we're losing money, we're losing all kinds of stuff. And we see all these people on YouTube doing this stuff, and so they started messing with us, right? And messing with advertisers, saying, well, do you see what's they're putting on this, what you're advertising on, blah, 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 blah. Now, one of the things that they seem to forget all the time is even those of us who maybe not be in their favor, and people who are not in my favor, people I don't like, if they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, part of the purpose of advertising stuff is because you want people to buy your shit. And believe it or not, people who have large followings, even if you don't necessarily like what they are saying, they still need to buy shit. And maybe they'll be buying your shit if you let them know that you have shit to sell. Yeah, this one's gonna be limited advertising on this one because I'm saying shit too much. But anyway. But the powers that be and the people who complain about us ruining or being a danger to democracy, which means, again, whenever you hear the word danger to democracy, remember when they say that, substitute the words our power or our control for democracy, because really you're a danger to our power because we're in power, and you're a danger to our power because you're contradicting what we say. But anyway, by saying that we're a danger to to you, doesn't mean we're still not going to buy shit. Okay. And so a lot of these companies, though, have become very woke. The people who are on Tumblr in 2016 have joined some of these companies, and they're making a lot of noise at the bottom of the company going, hey, there are 17 genders and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And so all these companies trying to be woke, trying to be in favor with those people in power, forget that there's about 100 million of us who are not like those people, but still buy shit. Okay? So now here's Bloomberg, again, with one of these articles. Elon Musk's free speech Twitter risks scaring off advertisers. Oh, does it now? Does it? Hello, Brent Hayes. How you doing? Does it now? So here's the article. And fortunately, this is one apparently you can read without having... Oh, this is a free... Well, you know what? Let's fix something right now. I'm not going to give you their link, because if I give you their link, you are stuck. Let's hope this has been archived already. I'll give you an archived link. Yes, it has been archived. I'm going to give you the archive link because don't give them the clicks for this bullshit, especially if they're going to force you to do this. So here it is. Social media sites have long struggled with content moderation. Now, yesterday we talked about what content moderation means. That means censoring some people. Okay, content moderation, especially when some of these jackholes that have been bitching about the last 2 days, David French and stupid people like that, Robert Reich and all these. Without content moderation, you might hear views that we don't like. It's just a form of censorship. Now, it's not government censorship, because a lot of only the government censorship's bullshit. Obviously, they can censor you too. It's just not government censorship. And I don't think the First Amendment to the Constitution was necessarily saying that, they didn't say that it's just government censorship that's bad, especially if you're on in a forum that is supposed to be the town square, which I think Twitter is intended to be. But the people whose democracy you're putting in jeopardy, remember, democracy equals our power, don't want you to hear everything that they don't want you to hear. I don't know if that made sense, but it's close enough. So, social media sites have long struggled with content moderation. Advertisers wouldn't want to place ads placed to offensive content. Really? Do these people watch TV at all? I mean, a lot of people don't really that much, but wouldn't want ads placed next to offensive content. Really. Let's say AMC network on cable, AMC, American Movie Channel, which it used to be, but it's kind of evolved into original programming, a lot like that. That's where Breaking Bad's from. Isn't that where The Walking Dead's from? I think so. Anyway, do you think The Walking Dead, a show on AMC, do you think there are advertisers that want to advertise on The Walking Dead? I just think that there might. I just want the power to keep censoring people they don't like. Exactly. They want the power to censor people they don't like. There's advertisers of The Walking Dead. Now, some people might find that show offensive or even a bit scary for young children, but they advertise on it. Are there advertisers on all kinds of offensive shows? And also, it's in the eye of the beholder. What offends you might not offend me, and what offends me might not offend you, but we all buy shit. Okay, I'm off the soapbox about who buys shit and whatnot. Let's read this article, though, because it's a beauty. Elon Musk's vision of taking the guardrails off Twitter. It's interesting they call them guardrails. And also, when they say taking the guardrails off Twitter, do they think he means there will be zero content moderation at all? Like, do you think, because, I mean, think about what some things you run into on Twitter. I was going through a hashtag, and I'm, where you can go and look at what's trending and kind of scroll down that. And there was some straight up gay porn on it. Some guy just in the, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to see this shit. But that was on Twitter. Is that the guardrail you're talking about? Or are you just talking about things that people say? Because there's straight up porn on Twitter. In fact, I know there's been some of that stuff that's really questionable on there that they've had to boot people for. They have booted some of them, but not all of them. I found that offensive, though. And not because it was gay porn, but just porn, period, on Twitter. If I want porn, I'll go to the Christian Science Monitor. But I don't want it on Twitter. Out of the blue, just all of a sudden, I'm going to scroll on Twitter, and all of a sudden, I don't want to see that shit on Twitter. I found that offensive. Hello, CNN Sucks. Nice to see you. This is CNN Sucks. Anyway, I've got through one sentence. This may take a while. Elon Musk's vision of taking the guardrails off Twitter Inc.'s content moderation is lauded by free speech absolutists, but risks creating a free-for-all that alienates advertisers and leaves regular users subject to abuse. Now, that's an interesting statement. That leaves regular users? Oh, you're the regular users, and some of us are the bad users. Got it. Musk has lobbed his $43 billion takeover offer for Twitter with the intent of unlocking its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe, he added. Around the globe. Sounds like a pretty good idea to me. He added that, quote, free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy, end quote. Something makes me feel like he's saying the word democracy in the correct context that it should be, not just meaning his power. Hello, what's your name? Oh, wait, you're out of here? Oh, no, you're here. Hello. Oh, chows could be both hello and goodbye. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway. But a website with little content moderation. Now, again, are they assuming that there won't be content moderation? They're assuming this. Would be a concern for advertisers. Oh, no. So sad. would be a concern for advertisers who are brand conscious and wouldn't want their ads to show up on the next to controversial posts. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but if I am an advertiser on Twitter, right now my ad can show up right next to a guy banging some other guy in the ass, full on fucking shafting balls right going into the asshole. They can show up right next to that. Do I even need to elaborate? Real quick. Thank you, Cindy Rochelle. Cindy Rochelle, welcome back. You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Yay! Who says, oh, with the 1984. Oh, we got the Orwell. Okay, thank you for reminding me. I need a 1984. I need to have a 1984 alert with a picture of George Orwell and the X-Files theme. Wouldn't that be good? That'd be good for a 1984, right? Anyway, who says, as long as men are free to ask what they must, free to say what they think, free to think what they will, freedom can never be lost, and science can never regret. That's a quote from Robert Oppenheimer. Thank you, City Rochelle. That's a good one, and thank you again for sponsoring the show. Greatly appreciated. You're awesome. And nice to have you in the chat again. So anyway, they continue. I'm never going to get through this article. But a website with little content moderation would be a concern for advertisers who are, again, this is concern trolling, wouldn't want their ads to show up next to controversial posts. Regular people could be turned off from the site if it was overrun with harassers or conspiracy theorists. Really? Because the site was thriving before they kicked Alice Jones off and Donald Trump and who says that you could? Is he saying? You think Elon Musk, as far as content moderation, do you think that he's saying that he wants people to harass each other on Twitter, or just want to be able to say what they can say? And conspiracy theorists, how many of the the so-called conspiracies of the last year or so, let's say regarding the stupid 19, for example, how many of those came true? That they were conspiracies, that people actually got kicked off of various social media sites, including Twitter, that turned out to be true? A lot. So, really. And guess what? Regular people could be turned off from the site. Really? Is he going to take away the block functions? Is he going to get rid of the mute functions? I doubt it. Anyway, quote, this is some quote from some jackhole. The underlying concern would be that Twitter could become a toxic place and a toxic community, said Joshua Lowcock. Yes, that's his name. In fact, I know it's not Thursday, but just because of that name, Joshua, swear to God, this is how it's spelled. FTG Joshua Lowcock, Chief Global Marketing Officer and Media Agency, whatever UM Worldwide. Twitter, like other social media platforms, is highly reliant on advertising, which accounted for close to 90% of its $5.1 billion with a B dollars in revenue. Also, like its peers, especially meta platforms, that would be Facebook and shit, Twitter has struggled to balance how it regulates content on its site. Have they struggled, or have they just done it? Now, I think he has some good ideas as far as algorithms, especially making it open source so you can see what the algorithm is kicking you off for. But anyway, Twitter struggled how to balance its regular content on the site. Conservatives rail against what they claim is a liberal bias. I'm just laughing. While others say the platform doesn't go far enough in curbing calls for violence or hate speech. In 2020, dozens of companies from Coca-Cola to Microsoft Corporation paused advertising on Meta's Facebook in protest over harmful content on the site and concern their ads would appear in association. Musk, with more than 80 million followers on Twitter, has long been one of the site's most prominent users and also one of its most outspoken critics. Much of Musk's ire against Twitter has been directed against what he perceives as censorship by the platform. Oh no, they don't do any censorship. Come on, they don't do any censorship on Twitter. Not at all. And he has sympathized with users who have been booted off, such as the conservative satirical publication, The Babylon Bee, who literally got kicked off for making fun of a public figure. The publication Twitter account was banned after a post about a transgender U.S. government official, oh, they must be protected at all costs, was deemed to violate the platform rules. Shortly thereafter, Musk reached out to the company and mused that he might need to buy Twitter. Good call. But many of Musk's own rants and jabs haven't been barred. That includes memes that mock transgender people. Really? Did he mock transgender people? And one since deleted comparing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to Hitler. Oh no. Oh no. He compared Justin Trudeau to Hitler. He should have just stuck with Castro, like father, like son. Anyway, he's also dragged a British cave explorer as pedo guy. Okay. Even with Twitter's ever-evolving rules and policies around content, many users still face harassment and doxing. Yeah, it's funny. Mostly by left-wing lunatics. Anyway, or the revealing of personal details. Opening the platform up even more could make that problem worse. No. It doesn't necessarily need to. Those are things that are illegal. It's illegal, right? You can, holy shit. He's saying legal speech, okay? Legal speech. And you know what? Making fun of somebody is not illegal. Sorry. In terms of everyday users, people hate the harassment, said Nat Navarro, the social media. Now, I'd love to see them define harassment. A social media consultant and an industry analyst. Can you imagine if that was opened up to even more freedom of speech? Oh my word, the vapors. And there would be less policies, rules, and repercussions? That would not be a place people want to hang around in. Well, it's kind of funny because Twitter grew on that. So why wouldn't it continue to grow? I mean, people could actually tell you they're actually what they actually think. That might cause you the vapors. Oh, and I forgot, you can always hit the block button on people, right? Anyway, thank you, Ty Alexander, for sponsoring the show. Appreciate you. Who says the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. That's a quote from Charlie Chaplin. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. And for the small bullet in the tip jar, tipping is not just a city in China where that is locked down these days. Thank you very much. So anyway, for advertisers, the problem isn't free speech, but rather the lack of any content moderation on Twitter, said Worldwide Worldwide's Low Cock. Under Twitter's former CEO, Jack Dorsey, quote, Twitterized prioritized the health of the platform, and that was appreciated by the advertising community. Well, why did he step down then? Trust in the platform increased. It's unknown whether Musk will continue that approach or diverge completely. For all the businesses he's been in, from manufacturing electric vehicles to launching rockets and satellites, Musk hasn't run one that's primarily supported by advertising revenue. Well, wait a minute. If he's going to buy it outright, if he's going to buy the entire company, does he care if he makes a profit on it? He's got money to burn. I mean, what the hell? I mean, is he really looking to thinking this is a profitable venture, or does he believe in something bigger than advertising revenue? I'm curious about that. I would love to ask him that myself, because it's funny. They're making it all about advertising revenue. Well, if he's attempting to buy the company outright, is it because he's trying to make a lot of bucks on it? Or is he just, maybe he has a principal reason for buying Twitter. Before announcing that he planned to acquire Twitter, Musk proposed getting rid of ads and rewarding verification check marks to users who paid for a subscription service. Musk has never shown any interest in an ad-supported business, and one hopes that he will put lieutenants in charge who understand the advertising energy, Lowcock said. Well, no, because right now it's journalist and thought leader energy on Twitter. I mean, those are the people who tweet the most, who get the most, or celebrities too, who get the most interaction on Twitter, and they're the ones. And a lot of these journalists love to smell each other's farts. I'm just saying. So that's why Twitter is, that's why they dominate Twitter. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, Musk has framed his proposed bid as a fight for free speech rather than for his own financial benefit. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's about him making money on Twitter. Creating a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely supportive to this future of civilization, he said. To be sure, Musk himself is unsure if he will succeed in his bid, but he said he has a backup plan if the company rejects his offer. The billionaire entrepreneur isn't alone in calling for a more open discourse on social media platforms. The American Civil Liberties Union has long been a critic of social media's content moderation. What? What? When? I never heard that. Oh my God. And I bet you the ACLU didn't stick it for Donald Trump, even though it's not the government. It's a private company. Well, so is the Washington Post, owned by a private company, Jeff Bezos. But anyway, okay. So here's what the Civil Liberties Union says: they've long been a critic of social media's content moderation, but fixing those problems shouldn't fall to one person, said Nadine Strawson, former president of the ACLU. Oh, so she doesn't think he should buy it either. No matter how positive Musk's intentions may be today, his intentions could change tomorrow, and even if they remain good, the execution may be flawed. Really? Now I really wonder what their thoughts were about, who's the guy that owns the Washington Post? Jeff Bezos, the guy, the Amazon. Because, if you're familiar with if you're familiar with Business Insider, I don't know if it's an online magazine. It's a magazine. It's a left-leaning business magazine, very left-leaning. Their editorial content is very leftish. And so speaking of which, because what was the last line here? No matter how positive Musk's intentions may be today, his intentions could change tomorrow, and even if they remain good, the execution may be flawed. And that's because saying fixing those problems shouldn't fall to one person. Well, I know of a place that was bought by one person called the Washington Post, bought by Jeff Bezos. He owns the Washington Post. And when this happened, Business Insider, the business magazine, said, billionaire Jeff Bezos' Washington Post buy marks a fascinating cultural transition in America. Oh, fancy that. Woohoo. Whoops. That's not what I meant. I meant a party horn. There you go. This is, yay. It's a fantastic cultural transition in America. Oh, but when it comes to Elon Musk buying Twitter, they say, Elon Musk's attempt to buy Twitter represents a chilling new threat. Billionaire trolls taking over social media. Or maybe I can't decide which one's first, but I do know this one makes sense.
Your life makes me sad.
So, anyway, I found that funny. So now, let's see. Let's skip here. Okay, we already did this one. That's actually the. Is that the? Oh, yeah. This is one of those threads too. So there's a whole bunch of different threads. We'll just go through a few of them and laugh at people. So here's someone named Andy Slavitt. Now, Andy Slavitt is a blue check mark for former Biden White House senior advisor. Wait a minute. What's the month is it? It's April 2015, January 2020. This guy is a former Biden White House advisor. Hello, Maniac Man. How you doing? Who's a past head of Medicare and Medicaid for Obama. Oh, author of Preventable, whatever that book's about. Has 713,000. Andy Slavitt says, Elon Musk is trying to create a new definition of free speech, one where you can say what you want wherever you want. Wait a minute. Is he trying to buy the entire country? Or is he trying to buy Twitter? He says, that's not how it works. The Proud Boys are free to spread their hate, but no newspaper is required to publish it. Well, wait a minute. They're free to spread their hate. First of all, the Proud Boys spread hate? Do you know anything about the Proud Boys, Andy? Because I know a lot about the Proud Boys because I've followed them and what they do since their inception. And it's interesting if you actually have an idea what they're about, even though they've been demonized and turned into whatever that the media and the left, I know that's redundant, want to call them. But it's interesting. All right, so, and also trying to create a new definition of free speech, one where you can say what you want wherever you want. Well, no, he's saying that now let's say he does allow the Proud Boys or people who are Proud Boys onto Twitter. Is that wherever or whatever you want? And also the other interesting thing, no newspaper is required to publish it. Is he asking for a newspaper to publish anything they want? This is an open town square style platform. And I'm pretty sure in town squares around the country, you can go and say what you want, wherever you want. This is just a new version of the town square. Real quick. Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite, for sponsoring the show. I appreciate you. Who says, Twitter is full of Oh, hang on a second. I got to get this ready. Twitter is full of censorship-loving journalists that have abandoned the First Amendment to be on the in crowd of politicians, Hollywood kid fuckers.
That's right.
To save Twitter, Elon remove all the blue check journalists.
That's right.
Okay. Well, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. Appreciate your thoughts and prayers there. That's so he continues, Elon can make Twitter his little plaything and allow all the propaganda he wants on it that doesn't break any laws. And his 80 million followers can enjoy every bit of it. Well, they always say if you want your own platform, you can create your own platform. Well, I think he's buying his own platform in a sense. Thank you, Chicago Mike, for sponsoring the show. Who says the blue check marks are coming. The blue check marks are coming. The blue check marks are coming. Oh, I should have done some like horse hooves clippity clopping, but I don't have that. That's that ready. The blue check marks are coming. Thank you, Mike, for the big bullet in the tip jar. I appreciate it. Or Chicago Mike. Did I say Chicago Mike? I did say that. Okay. Anyway, wow. And there are people who say, oh, Elon believes you have the right without liability to yell fire in a dark, crowded theater. Really? Is that what he's saying? Yo, look, let's just, all right. This is going to be the rest of the show is just going to be laughing at people who've made different things. Now, Parler's trending today because a lot of people are saying, well, maybe he should just buy Parler instead, because instead of buying Twitter, Parler would be more like his own right-wing assholes. Let's see. Now, to understand how crucial it is, this is Glenn Greenwald, to understand how crucial it is to U.S. power centers that no free speech be allowed, Parler became the most downloaded app in the U.S. The next day, AOC demanded Apple and Google ban them. Other Dems demanded Amazon do the same. One day later, it was gone. Yeah, they said, oh, well, if you want a free speech platform, make your own platform. And so someone made Parler. And then they got banned from Apple and Amazon and had to change everything they were doing. Think about, what's the other one? There's another one. Well, think of Gab. Make your own free speech platform. Well, Gab, the payment process, everybody dropped it because they allowed anyone talking about anything. And that's a lot of people saying, so all the racist MAGAs are cheering, go Elon, are hilarious. You have Parler and Truth Social and Getter to spew your poison, but you just can't accept that Twitter stood up to your lies and hatred. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. I'm serious. Anyway, here's a thread of where Parler's trending. I'm just gonna leave all these threads open. You can go laugh at these people. Now here's the Babylon Bees. Oops, hang on a second. There we go. Here's Babylon's Bees, Seth Dillon talking about it on Fox News. This is a 4-minute clip. We'll go through this and then we'll head out here. Or not head out, but...
Seth Dillon is the CEO of Babylon Bee, and he's still locked out of Twitter. Seth, am I overstating this case? Are we overstating the implications of a free speech absolutist potentially taking over a platform like Twitter?
Now, hold on. Before I even move on, even Fox is saying that's this free speech absolutist. Just because wants to take over Twitter doesn't mean he wants to eliminate all content moderation, all things that are illegal. Things that are illegal, he doesn't want people harassing people. He wants people to be able to speak freely about their ideas. But the problem is there is a faction of people on Twitter that if you don't agree with them on certain issues, they will claim that you are making, by you saying what you believe, the things that you believe that they don't believe, they consider that to make the platform unsafe for certain segments of society. So, for example, we have people who have very different fundamental beliefs regarding transgenderism, for example. Okay? One faction believes that the other faction, by saying their beliefs, makes it unsafe for transgender people, as if this town square broadcasts 24 hours a day to everybody who's on the platform, and that you're causing problems for those people, and it makes it unsafe, and it makes them it's harassment and whatever. So that I don't think that is what I think Elon's talking about, that people should be able to talk about what they believe. But I don't think he believes that you should be able to just go over and brigade somebody and harass them and call them names and this and that and do things that are illegal, plan illegal events. It's not like, he doesn't think the Boston Bombers should be able to plan their plot on Twitter. Okay. That would be content moderation. So anyway, let's go on here.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, look, the guy, he wants to see free speech flourish. He wants to see people who can disagree with each other. I think he kind of defined free speech as being, if you're allowed to say things to people that don't like you and don't want to hear what you have to say, if you're allowed to do that anyway, even if they don't like it and they don't want to hear it, that's free speech. True. Twitter's been clamping down on that a lot, and their mission is to promote a diverse viewpoint platform. They're talking about how they, in their mission statement, how they want to represent a diverse range of viewpoints, and how they want no barriers to free expression. And in practice, I mean, we see barriers all over the place. Their ideology is baked into the terms of service. If you don't agree with what they have to say, you get shut down for hate speech. And it's not that they have a problem with hate speech at all. They just hate speech. Yeah. They hate.
Oh, they don't have a problem with hate speech in a certain direction by any stretch of the imagination. You can say the most vile things about the people that they don't like, and you rarely ever be reprimanded for it. Now, there are other people on Twitter, by the way, that are not happy with this. And I'll see if I can find it later, but there are people on the left who are very adamant about being anti-war regarding to the Ukrainian thing and not having having us have involvement in Ukraine. And they are telling them too that they can't say what they want. And so Caitlin, what is her name? Caitlin Johnson. She's an Australian journalist, has been tweeting a lot about that lately. She warned, even back when they were banning Alex Jones, that, you know what? You ban him, they're going to start coming after us on the far left, too. And they're doing it now when it comes to people talking about Ukraine. So it's fascinating.
Free speech. Musk sees that and he wants to do something about it, and I give him credit for that.
I'm not sure if we have that clip. Do we have the clip of Elon Musk today making that very statement that you did, Seth, about disagreeing? I don't think we have it, but he made that point. Hey, if we can listen to people we disagree with, we have a fighting chance. Ultimately, you got locked out of Twitter, your parody site, locked out of Twitter for talking about whether a man is a woman and a woman is a man,
made a
gender
joke,
pronouns,
and
what their name is.
you're not allowed to believe that maybe, just maybe, a trans woman might not be what they believe they are. Can't even say it. I'm not even sure I can say it on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying. And you can't believe something they don't believe or they will ban you.
Is Woman of the Year is a man. So that type of speech from a parody account is unacceptable, yet they say it's an open field of diverse viewpoints.
You can't make jokes about certain things.
I mean, of course, they've rigged the game. They've rigged the game. Like I said, their ideology is baked into the terms of service. So they have all these things, these rules that, you're not allowed to joke about certain things. They've got all these off-limits things that are considered punching down hate speech under the guise of comedy or satire. And so they're really just requiring you to agree with their ideology up and down. You have to agree with it, or else you get the boot. And even in our situation, they want us to delete this tweet. And in deleting it, affirm that we violated their terms and that we engaged in hateful conduct. We disagree that we engaged in hateful conduct. It wasn't hateful conduct. In fact, we spoke the truth with our joke. And that's exactly what comedians are supposed to do. We're supposed to poke holes.
Oh, no, Seth. No. Because the truth is not their lived truth. This is a sword of their own making. They wield the sword of ultimate against their foes and showed no mercy. Now their foes have the blade and they're begging for mercy. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Twitter, the Twitter, especially the Twitter journalists who are on Twitter, from the mainstream outlets and a lot of the left-wing outlets and stuff, who just like, oh no, we can't have free speech because then the right-wingers might take over and be too mean to us. I don't know.
Holes in the popular narrative, not promote the popular narrative. And Twitter's rigging the systems that comedians can't do that.
Do you think, Seth, for the average folks, I'm off of Twitter. And
okay, I'm gonna skip the rest of this, but anyway, you get the point. And so now I just want to go through. There's a couple threads here. I want to make sure I catch these. But some of the blue check mark. Here's some of the best blue check meltdowns. Oh gosh, this one too. I have a bunch of them. Okay, so anyway, let's go to this one from this Axios one. So here's a bunch of them. So just an example of some of the craziness that is the Twitter meltdown. The world's richest man, someone who used to be compared to Marvel's Iron Man, is increasingly behaving like a movie supervillain. Commanding seemingly unlimited resources with which to finance his mischief making. Oh no. And this one, today on Twitter, feels like the last evening in a Berlin nightclub at the twilight of Weimar, Germany. But wait, there's more. If Elon Musk successfully purchases Twitter, it could result in World War III and the destruction of our planet. They took Donald Trump off of Twitter. And what's happening over in Europe could turn into what? World War III. Here's a great one from the Washington Post. The Washington Post. Remember who the Washington Post is owned by the way? The Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos. Musk appointment. This is what they appointed the Twitter board. Musk appointment to the Twitter board shows that we need regulation of social media platforms to prevent rich people from controlling our channels of communication. This is the Washington Post, the most prominent and dominant newspaper in the United States of America, owned by a billionaire, a rich person who controls the channel of communication at the Washington Post. Here's one good one. This is good old Pam. Dear all, Dear all, please note that Tesla and Musk have their own troll farm. A very, very bad sign. Only a douchebag needs a troll farm. Dear Elon, fuck off. Your ego is way bigger than your judgment, and your money doesn't make you a decent leader of a damned thing. You run a racist company, and I will never let my words drive your bottom line. I'll be doing all I can to convince liberals not to butt your shit. I don't know what that means. He just said I made an offer, and so she told him to fuck off. Oh, and so do you all finally appreciate that buying at Tesla is enabling the destruction of global free speech and pumping the ego of an asshole megalomaniac who is the next DFG? Do you get that now? Stop giving him your money. So now, the most prominent maker of electric cars on the planet, she's saying, don't buy his cars because you're making him too rich and might destroy your global free speech. Oh my gosh. Hi, Gen T. What's up? Here's one. I don't want to leave Twitter, but it seems that given if Musk buys it, it will become completely uninhabitable for trans people and lots of other people. You know, there were a lot of trans people on here 2, 3, 4 years ago before they started doing this shit, and they're gonna still be here. Oh, another one though, Brianna Wu, if you remember her. The reason Truth Social, Gab, and all these other right-wing platforms have failed is smart people don't want to spend our time there. Well, what do you mean, failed? Gab is going strong still, even though it's not as big as Twitter yet. And Parler's doing okay. Getter's doing okay. I don't know about CloudHub. I have no idea. And Minds has been going on for 6 years now. They're still there. They're still doing what they do. But anyway, if Musk buys Twitter, dismantles everything, the trust and safety team, that's that's a bullshit title I've ever heard one. The trust and safety team has done, many of us will go elsewhere. It will literally destroy Twitter. Really? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go build your own platform, Brianna? Like you told those other people to do? Good for you. Right-wing lunatics may despise us and the standards of civility we expect, but the truth is their social media networks will fail us. Wait a minute. This reminds me of something. Right-wing lunatics may despise us and the standards of civility we expect. What was that one up here? Dear Elon, fuck off. We already got Max Boot yesterday. Elon Musk buying Twitter is the end of the world, basically. He'll amplify every extremist right-wing Nazi he can find. Please no, Elon Musk buying Twitter. Please no. Oh, these people are just unhinged. This is great. Anyway, you'll find a whole bunch of those. There's a whole thread of them. They'll be in the links down below, and you'll be able to read them. Finally, let's finish off with... we already did this one. Yeah. That's the Business Insider one. Good morning. The reality is Elon Musk has already ruined Twitter and distracted us from Trump's malfeasance and criminality. It'll only get worse until America wakes up. There you go. Perfect. All right. We're going to finish off with just a last thing with Glenn Greenwald, because I got to get out of here. Thank you, Chicago Mike, with another bullet in the tip jar. Appreciate you there, man. And he says, blue check mark, quote, hate speech is speech I hate. Isn't that the truth? Absolutely. That is 100% correct. All right, finally, Glenn Greenwald's thread dragging media for showing how desperately they crave censorship for others is a straight freaking fire. So here's Glenn Greenwald. Yesterday was flagship day in corporate media. It was the day they were forced to explicitly state what has long been clear. They not only favor censorship, but desperately crave and depend on it. I'm going to pull it up here so I don't have to read it through Twitchy, because this is a good thread. I read this one earlier. Even if Musk doesn't buy Twitter, never forget what yesterday revealed. In U.S. culture, we're inculcated from childhood that censorship is bad. So, of course, nobody, especially journalists, want to say, I favor censorship. That's why they need to that's why they need euphemisms like content moderation to pretend it's about bots, abuse, etc., rather than ideology. Everyone knows they're lying. Nobody cares about Twitter censoring bots or spam. That's not what this is about. The social media censorship people care about is 100% ideological, banning dissent on COVID, the Biden emails, culture war debates, etc. That's what's at stake. Let's put it this way. On Google and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, you are free to say the 2000 and 2016 elections were stolen and fraudulent. You can't say that about 2020. Before the 2020 election, you weren't allowed to post reporting on the Biden emails. It's all ideological. Throughout the COVID pandemic, you weren't allowed to question the efficacy of cloth masks. You weren't allowed to interrogate the origins of the virus. You weren't allowed to debate vaccines or lockdowns. No dissent from Fauci or the WHO was allowed. The censorship is 100% political. You're allowed to spread any lies, propaganda, and disinformation you want if it advances the Ukrainian cause, i.e. the U.S. NATO cause, but will be instantly banned if you say anything that challenges that on the ground of Russian disinformation. This is all explicit. Censorship of conservatives gets the most attention because it's so common, but censorship of anti-establishment leftists is so frequent any dissent can be banned. Pretending this is about bots or spam is fraudulent. The censorship is about control of political information. Social media was heralded as an innovation that would liberate individuals from centralized control by the state and oligarchical power over their speech. It has become the exact opposite, the most powerful tool of information control and speech constraints ever devised. How dumb do you have to believe that journalists who work at Bloomberg and the Bezos-owned Washington Post or Comcast or CNN are worried about billionaires controlling the media? That's true. They're only petrified that the wrong billionaire, one who may not censor for them, may reign. There are many reasons to be skeptical of Musk's motives, and even if pure, his ability to restore free speech to Twitter. Way too many powerful interests need this censorship, but the panic reveals so much. And then he did a show yesterday about this. So anyway, you can click that link and find that for yourself. So anyway, that's how I'm going to finish today. Thank you, Isabella the housekeeper. Nice to see you. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Love us. Lady Boomer. BM Fund. Happy Easter. Kiss. Hey, Isabella, type that out in the chat full there, but it says thank Mr. Dawg. Well, thank you so much. I know it's Lady Boomer. I'm not sure. Is that Boomer family? Happy Easter. Oh, happy Easter to you too, by the way. Oh, kiss the baby for me. Okay, I got it. It took me a minute. I'm kind of I'm Boomer-esque. I mean, I'm technically Boomer, but I'm also technically Gen X, and so I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. That's very kind. Anyone going away for Easter? That's a good question. We're just going to our friend's house for our traditional Easter family get-together, where we all do it at our friend who also is our kid's extra grandma. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. It is Easter weekend. Those of you who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Please do me a favor. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button. There's 34 people here, but 20 likes. So fix that. If you haven't hit the like button, do it now because, that helps. And share the stream before, during, and after the stream, please. It's Project 10,000. 10,000 subscribers before my 1,000th episode, which will be later this year, late in the year. And if you... let's see. Put a comment in the comment section if you're watching a replay, and or if you come back and pick up things. Also, reminder: I will update the link in the description down below if you want to share any of this stuff that we put in the show today. I'll do that during the outro. So that's it for today, gang. I probably won't be streaming this weekend, although never say never. It happens, but I'm got to finish up the taxes, so that's going to be my first priority. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. Got to go. Back here, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, Monday through Friday next week. My name is Dawg Knight. Oh, and thank you to everyone who sponsored the show today. That would be Gunfox 61, Chicago Mike, Cindy Rochelle, Tyre Alexander, Black Hebrew Israelite, and Isabella, the housekeeper. Thank you all very much. I got to go. My name is Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.